Always choose the tree.
Okay, I guess we're still doing this. Woman versus tree, some guys are saying woman versus brick wall, is the male response to man versus bear. A couple weeks ago, there was a meme going around. They asked women, if you were alone in the woods, would you rather run into a random man or a random bear? And most of the girls said they would rather run into a bear because men are so scary and dangerous. So then this lady read the giving tree, which I guess is supportive towards men. I don't know, I'll get back to that. So first of all, these are not comparable situations. The risk of harm and the severity of harm are not in the same ballpark. I made a chart, I'll go over it. This is potential trauma for life or getting ripped apart and eaten alive, and this is getting your feelings hurt or being manipulated. Come on. Second of all, there's no reason to retaliate. Like, this was an annoying situation. Listening to thousands of women say that all men are just waiting for the opportunity to hurt them, it's annoying, but you don't retaliate by coming up with your own situation. You just show women saying that they think this is the safer option. It's loopy. You don't have to show that women are hurtful too and that you'd rather tell your feelings to a wall. You only have to show that women say things that they know are not true, like everyone is a 10, like you, oh, you are so beautiful all the way down there. In this case, the man or bear situation, the tactic is you are dangerous. The accusation is intended to knock you down a peg. It's status games. So you don't need to construct your own scenario because when women say they fear a random man more than a random bear, we know they don't mean it. And if you don't get that yet, here's a thought experiment. Imagine that this woman lives in a skyscraper which catches fire. She has to leave, but the stairs are also on fire. Two elevators open, one contains a man and one contains a bear. If you believe that she's actually going to choose to get into the bear box, there is no hope for you. Just unsubscribe and leave me alone. Okay, now for the chart. Here is why woman versus tree, or wall, is not an appropriate comparison to man versus bear. So here is woman and man. Here is man, bear, woman, tree. Here are the chances that something bad is going to happen. Here is the amount of suffering you'll have to endure if it does, and then here is how long you can expect the effects to last. So in the man versus bear situation, women are comparing the worst thing that a man could do to the worst thing that a bear could do. And they are kind of just ignoring statistics and math and reality because it helps them be bigger victims if they can just say, this, what a man would do to me, would be more suffering than what a bear would do to me. If a man does the worst possible thing, that can be usually is a life-wrecking experience that is usually permanent, and it might actually be less suffering to be ripped apart and eaten by a bear for a few minutes to, I don't know, 5 hours is a lot, but at least you get to die. So if it was 100% chance of these things happening, I might be inclined to agree. But most women, many women, live in a way where they run into hundreds or even thousands of men a day and they don't have anything bad happen to them usually. But people who run into a bear, especially in the wild, I think there's like a 1% chance of getting attacked, which is way higher. Both low, but this is way higher. And they know that, which is why they would not get in the bear elevator. But telling your feelings to a woman or a tree it's not a comparable situation. The worst case scenario here and here are very bad. The worst case scenarios here and here are not very bad and then actually kind of nice. If you tell your feelings to a woman, sure, there's a very high percentage that it's not going to work out for you. But what's the worst thing that's going to happen? What is it? You're going to get dumped and it'll feel bad and then you'll get better over time? And then telling your feelings to a tree is actually kind of nice. You ever talk to a tree? You should try it. You just got to do it a lot. You gotta go touch grass, touch trees. So you do not need to point out that women are highly likely to hurt your feelings. All you need to do is point out that tens of thousands of women just said that they would get in this elevator, which we all know is not true. And they are only saying that to knock you down a peg. He's dangerous. He needs to be controlled, but I should be allowed to do whatever I want. As for the giving tree lady, I think she's right. I would place trees up here with God and the universe and the physical world. They provide you material and connection to nature. Trees are a place where you can get energy, and women are a place where you spend it. So, yeah, not the same situation, not necessary, not even really a good look. You don't need this. All you need to do is say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want you to feel unsafe with me. Go with the bear."